Mona Awad's 13 Ways of Looking at a Fat Girl is an emotionally raw debut novel. Mona Awad is a Canadian novelist and short story writer known for works of darkly comic fiction. The novel explores the lifelong struggle of its protagonist Elizabeth with body image, self worth, and societal beauty standards. Told through 13 interconnected vignettes, the book traces Elizabeth's transformation from an overweight adolescent named Lizzie to a thinner old woman named Liz, revealing how deeply her identity remains tied to her perception of her body. The novel opens with teenage Lizzie, an overweight girl who spends time with her equally heavy friend Mel at McDonald's. Their innocent games of fortune telling turn unsettling when adult men stare at them, prompting Mel to fantasize about sexual attention as a form of validation. Elizabeth, more self conscious, feels discomfort and shame rather than thrill. This scene establishes the pattern of how male gaze and societal judgment shape her sense of self worth. Awad captures how the young Lycide's early experiences of humiliation and insecurity begin to define her adult identity. Each subsequent chapter captures a different stage of Elizabeth's life and changing identity. In one chapter, told from the perspective of a drunken boy named Rob, she becomes the fat girl he visits out of convenience, knowing she will welcome him. This external viewpoint shows how others objectify her, reducing her to her size. Later in high school, Elizabeth idolizes her thin, confident friend China, whose effortless beauty she tries to emulate. Yet, her attempts to mimic China's fearlessness only highlight her alienation. Her weight feels like an insurmountable barrier to acceptance and love. As Elizabeth grows older, she remains haunted by her body. She imagines a future in which she is thin and therefore happy, believing beauty and suffering are inseparable. Her experiences with men reinforce this painful logic. A co worker coerces her into sex, treating the encounter as a favor to her because she is fat. Even when she achieves the thinness she long desired, the validation she craves remains elusive. Her self hatred merely transforms shape, it doesn't vanish. When Elizabeth meets Tom, she begins to lose weight obsessively, driven by a fear of smothering him in bed. She sheds half her body weight, proud to wear clothes she once avoided. Her mother, who is obese, praises her transformation and shows her off to coworkers. However, this pride is bittersweet. Her mother's health is failing, and the unspoken tension between them deepens. After her mother's death, Elizabeth's grief manifests in cycles of binge eating and self punishment through dieting. Though she tells herself she diets for Tom, her obsession is about control, not love. Her marriage to Tom deteriorates. He misses the woman he first fell in love with and becomes emotionally distant. Elizabeth's dramatic weight loss leaves behind loose skin and deep shame. She hides her body even from her husband. When she discovers Tom secretly watching pornography featuring obese women, her sense of betrayal and confusion ends their relationship. The revelation underscores the novel's irony. Despite her pursuit of thinness, she remains trapped by how others see and desire her. After her divorce, Elizabeth moves into her late mother's apartment, preserving it as a shrine. She reconnects with Mel and later relocates to an apartment overlooking a health club. Initially, she resumes an intense workout routine, but when she plateaus, she gives up. The novel culminates in a moment of realization. As her apartment building catches fire, she watches a woman inside the gym, continuing to exercise despite the smoke and danger. In that moment, Elizabeth recognizes the futility of her lifelong obsession. She realizes that life, not endless self improvement, deserves her attention. By the end, Elizabeth's perspective begins to shift. She understands that happiness cannot be achieved through thinness alone. Awad's narrative exposes the cruelty of beauty culture and the psychological toll of internalized fat phobia. Critics have praised the novel for its brutally honest and empathetic portrayal of women's relationships with their bodies, making 13 Ways of Looking at a Fat Girl a powerful commentary on identity, shame, and the illusion of perfection.